All right, so this presentation is all about my internship and all the things that came with it, from my arrangements, how I arranged the whole internship and the process with that, my responsibilities throughout the internship, some of the benefits that I provided for my internship site, some of the benefits that I gained personally, the connections that I made, and then my recommendations about the internship, as well as how to contact for further information. Okay, so how did I find out about the internship? So it was quite the process. I had a really hard time finding an internship with COVID and everything going on. It was pretty difficult to find something. I had initially a interview that I thought was going to work out. In the end, it just didn't work out with my schedule and their schedule. So then I went to previous employers. I've worked with several different companies within the marriage and family field, but unfortunately they were not accepting interns due to COVID, or they just didn't have enough work for me to get all my hours. So lastly, I asked family, friends, and it worked out perfectly where I found this internship at BYUI Marriage and Family Therapy Center. So some of the responsibilities that I had in my internship were just the day-to-day tasks. I would respond to emails, return any voicemail calls, talk to clients, answer questions. I did a lot of organizing with documents and just gaining information on how the process works with the therapy, with the clients and the therapists. And then I did a lot of screenings. This was what the majority of my time was spent doing, was screening potential clients to see if they would be a good fit for our clinic. And then if they weren't, if the case was maybe a little too intense for our student therapists, then I would refer them out to other clinics and answer any questions they had. And then I would make follow-up calls for therapists if clients had any questions that the therapist didn't have time for. And then I would make new client case files and do all of that computer work for the therapist. So some of the benefits that I gave to the site that I served at, I actually asked, and a lot of the people I worked with said just how responsible I am, how low maintenance. I ask good questions, but not stupid questions. I kind of just figured things out on my own. And then I was very personable with the clients, uplifting with the clients as well as the other employees. I picked up on the tests very quickly, and I had a very calming presence, which was nice to work with, and kind of sometimes it can be kind of an intense environment. How did I benefit personally from the experience? I gained so much insight on what this field looks like, and it really did give me real life experience, not specifically in the therapy field, but I saw a lot of how it works, all the behind the scenes, and kind of listen to what the clients were going through and how some of those situations were handled. I gained personally, so I am pregnant with my first baby, and so it was super nice, the flexibility from this being a virtual. They did this first time virtually for me, so I wouldn't have to go in every single day. And I gained a lot of empathy towards the clients and people I worked with. And it was just very educational on, steps you need to do with certain situations, and, things that I did day to day, organized, super, super helpful. So one important connection between my coursework and what I experienced during my internship, I'd say you learn about many, many different types of people, many, many different relationships, from someone that is single, someone that is just dating or living together, people that are married, people that are maybe thinking about going through a divorce, people with children that aren't married, people that are married with children, and it can you learn a lot about those different types of relationships. And so the majority of the coursework in compared to the internship really just gave me real life experiences on everything that I had learned. So I was able to practice it, understand it more, and put it more into play. Like I said, I was able to put my knowledge into practice, as well as gained so many other skills in the meantime throughout the entire process. So would I recommend this internship site and experience to other students? I honestly would recommend this to every single person that is going into this field. It really was just what I needed to decide, if I wanted to move further with this type of education and future work. I really did gain so much perspective about what it would be like, or too much that I wasn't able to figure out, but it really just was the perfect amount of information and experience for this time. All right, so if yes, whom should the students contact to arrange the internship at the site? So in my case, they had never done a internship out of PLU, Pacific Lutheran University, whereas I'm a BYU Idaho student. Luckily, I had the connection with someone high up in the therapy center, and so they were willing to give it a try with me. They definitely liked me as I was there, and said that they would be more than happy to be open to more students out of PLU. So it could be a possibility. For me, it was just a special case where I had a connection. So if I were to give you information to contact someone, I would just contact PLU Couples and Family Therapy Center. That's who I worked with, and you'd be able to get in touch with them. But other than that, seriously, it was such an amazing experience from day one. Everyone was so thoughtful and so kind. The training was great. They answered all and any questions that I had, and then they kind of just let me do my thing. If I had questions, there was always someone there to answer, and it really was just the best environment to gain all of this information through. So I would highly, highly recommend the internship at Pacific Lutheran University, especially if you are wanting to go into therapy. They are an incredible school. I'd highly recommend going into the program as well. I worked a lot with the students that were just regular students, as well as students that were going into the couples and family therapy field. They have such great resources for you, and truly it was such an incredible place to work at. So that is all the information I have on my internship for fall 2021. If you have any questions, like I said, give a call to Pacific Lutheran University, specifically the Therapy Center. Thank you.